Upstream, up we go! Oh, did you think of what to write yet?
Why are you looking at me? There are 3 other people here in this group. I already finished writing it. Why me? Response poem on a leaf. Amidst the dark, fireflies aglow, pebble unmoved by the stream's flow. Yes, this one rhymes. If words yet remain and love holds to the last, against the world can the small stand fast. In honeyed moonlight may you once more bask. I like it. But why is the moonlight always honeyed? The other dude used honey as a phrase.
Ooh,
Dude,
great!
lady, whatever.
Now give it here, and Paimon will toss it into the water!
Why are you tossing it? Aren't we just placing it gently and gracefully lest we wreck the leaf? Or get the writing too smudged because, you know, water's a thing? This was a great suggestion, Shao. Seems like the idea of getting involved has grown on you.
Things you never had the chance to say before it was too late. When silence is the final word, we mourn the loss of things unheard.
You should try writing a poem too, man.
I have little talent for, nor knowledge of poetry.
I don't know, you spoke very poetically 2 seconds ago.
The leaf's in the water! Look, it's like a little boat! Merrily, merrily down the stream, life is but a dream.
We should probably pick up the pace. We still have a few more leaves to set afloat, and we need to get back before it gets dark.
I'd like to know how the leaf went that far in the opposite direction when the tide is clearly only coming in and not going out.
Okay, let's go! Uh-huh. What's this? You two having a private chat?
You got a problem with that? Shao and I are bonding. Back off.
No, it's nothing. I just hope this isn't all in vain.
I mean, it's nice to hope that it's not in vain, but at the end of the day, does it really matter? Sometimes I go on a team far, far away. I mean, we don't know the person who wrote it. We're not invested in their life.
The scenery here is quite beautiful. Let's pause here to seek some inspiration.
Should we set up camp? Oh, please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
Why are you pitching the tent and setting up camp? We're not staying here overnight. We're supposed to be going back at night time.
It's an inspiration walk. There's no need for all that.
Okay. Well, I'll conduct reconnaissance nearby to ensure this area is safe and see if I can't scavenge any firewood or food while I'm at it.
What's going to attack you? The duck behind you? You're not eating firewood because you're not creating a fire, because you're not staying here overnight. And you don't need to scavenge for food because you should have brought some with you.
Wait, reconnaissance?
It means survey the environment and plan our route forward.
I think he knows
it's the foundation
that's,
of all operations while out in the wild.
His intelligence is like thrice your own.
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstadt this complicated?
I don't think they understand the concept of an inspiration walk. Don't take it to heart.
They're acting like this is completely normal. Am I the weirdo here?
No. Oddly enough, you're not the odd one out.
In that case, I'll conduct reconnaissance with Mika.
Huh? Oh, okay then. Crumbs. Now I have to try and make small talk. Should I mention the scenery? The weather?
Come on, Chocobo. At this age, you should have learnt how to, interact with human beings. Even if you're not good at conversation, everyone knows how to do conversation.
Very well. Then leave the camp to me.
What camp?
So, Xingqiu, do you, go on inspiration walks often, or?
I do. I always get bored when I'm cooped up at home. So I head out for a stroll. Life gets busy. You have to steal a moment of leisure when you can.
Cool. Oh, over there, firewood.
That is a problem. I don't know if I can get high enough. Yeah! You were supposed to climb that branch, sir, not just leap off it. You were doing a really piss-poor job, sir. I need you to hold on and then go. No. Oh, thank God. I was about to give up. That was just a nightmare. God, it's been so long since we actively ran around as Xingqiu. It's been a damn long time. I don't want that firewood. Can't we just grab this wood? Oh, man. I'm really sorry about this. Never mind. We're all good.
Time to act.
Crisis averted. Never mind.
With this wood and the food I brought along, we can definitely put together a decent lunch.
I repeat the question. Why didn't you bring lunch with you?
You've got quite a knack at wilderness survival. I'll give you that.
Thanks. I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius for a while, not too long ago. I was in charge of surveying and mapping.
Is there a reason he's name dropping?
Oh? You sound like a character from an adventure novel. Charging across the world, sword in hand.
What?
He doesn't
No,
have a
I'm
sword. Doesn't he
nowhere
have a
near as
bow?
amazing as all that. If I really run into a powerful enemy, I always leave it for someone stronger to deal with.
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by the blood on his sword, but by what's in his heart.
Yeah, yes and no. They still have to conduct deeds. You can't just be a hero in spirit.
As long as a righteous heart that yearns to aid others beats within your chest, no matter where you go or what you have achieved, you may be called a hero.
Yeah, no, I disagree with that one. The hero has to actually do something to deserve the title of hero.
That all sounded pretty profound. Oh, I've never even thought about any of that before.
That's because it's a whole lot of crock. Don't listen to him.
Hello? Are you okay? Maybe we should return, lest Noelle be forced to wait on us.
Oh, sure.
Awkward. Super awkward. Jeez, she actually got a 10th up. Oh shit, we're not in Fontaine. I can't just go trampling into water. Sorry, ducks. I'm too lazy to go around. They're fine.
But you're back! Did everything go smoothly? Do you need a cloth to wipe the sweat from your brow?
No, I don't. Thanks?
No need, thanks. All clear. There's no danger in the vicinity.
Except for the hillochells we just passed. What? I can't believe the audacity to say that.
Noelle, your cooking is amazing. Every single dish is so tasty.
Truly astounding. I never imagined it was possible to enjoy such a satisfying meal in the great outdoors.
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
You don't. You just go for the walk.
Oh, well, since I usually sneak out from home, I just grab some dried snacks to take with me. Add in whatever fruit I pick along the way, and that's my lunch.
By sneaking out, you mean running away from home?
Yep, that's exactly what it means.
That's right. Or sometimes I'll tell a cover story like, I'm going out to take care of business.
But if you get caught, won't you get disciplined?
Well, yes, but what of it?
So just don't get caught.
Yeah, right?
Anyway, did anything interesting come up while you were out scouting?
Well, Xingqiu and I talked about what it means to be a hero. Now that I think about it, by Xingqiu's definition, you should be considered a hero too, Noelle.
Yeah, but his definition was flawed.
Huh? Me?
What has she actually achieved?
You're always happy to help everyone in the Knights of Favonius. Not only that, but whenever we're out training, you help out the citizens of Mondstadt.
I would not call it a hero.
Oh, remember that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road? You cut it in two with a single blow.
I still wouldn't call that a hero. If it was going to roll into somebody and kill them and she stopped it from doing that, that's a hero. But just clearing the path that you were already going to take, that's not a hero.
Oh? Sounds like she has both a heroic spirit and incredible martial prowess.
That still does not a hero make. Oh my gosh.
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about what we came here to do. Finding inspiration.
But I thought the hero talk was the inspiration.
Miss Hutao said something about pocketing our poetic thoughts.
She did.
But so far, all we've done is gather some firewood and cook lunch. I have no idea what to write.
And had philosophically flawed discussions on heroism.
You can write about anything. Looking at Cor Lapis, one can't help but wonder if one's own heart is as bright and clear as jade. Observing silk, so bright and beautiful, one pauses to consider whether it ever feels the sadness and sorrow that humans do.
Look, I was just going to say, hey guys, there's ducks around you, but hey, we can go with that instead.
So we have to connect our internal world with the external one?
That's generally what poetry is. I mean, not usually in so many words, but yes, that is generally poetry.
Exactly. But that's just one of many possible methods. Perhaps you might gaze out at the bridge in the distance and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart is laden by sorrows that even the rushing waters below cannot wash away.
She's the one who wrote the leaf.
Huh? Wait! I saw her at the gala yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
She wrote one of the riddles we answered.
She's with the glowy eyes. She's from the Valerian Mirage.
Why don't we go say hi?
If she's not from the Valerian Mirage, I still don't understand the whole glowing eye concept. What even is that? Hi, glowing eye lady. If you have a name. Look, it would be rude to not do it. I don't know what it is. We passed your court a while ago, Seely, and I was wondering where you were. Oh gosh, what the stash.
Treasure hunting. A valiant endeavor.
Gosh, oh my gosh. It's been so long since I've had you in my party.
Hello, ma'am. How fortuitous it is that we meet again.
Ma'am. He just ma'amed her.
Hello. Are you here on your inspiration walk too?
Ma'am. I swear to God, if someone ma'amed me, I'd backhand them so quickly. Which is funny because I call men sir if they're very, very clearly, like, significantly older than me. But I would never call a woman ma'am, which is, I say it's weird because they're technically on the same level of respect. But ma'am, it's just such an old woman thing. Don't ma'am me.
Yes. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Xingqiu, and this is Noelle and Mika.
People call me lady. Like, I work in retail, so they're like, oh, you know, speaking to their child, you hand it over to the nice lady, and things like that. And always just like, lady, really? I mean, in terms of age, yeah, I guess. But it's hard to think of myself as like a woman, as that, you know, older. It always seemed like when you were younger, a woman or a lady was someone who was like so much older than you. But as you get older, it feels like the age that applies to still goes higher and higher and higher. So it's like, I wouldn't call myself a woman or a lady. I actually had the same conversation with completely unrelated to what's happening here. I had the same conversation with my mother a short while back, and she said the same thing. She's like, I can't call you a woman or a lady because I can't see you as that because you're just my daughter. Interesting how our perception of things change with age. Anywho, completely unrelated and back to the story.
Thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday.
Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun. I'm Kelly Rowe.
So the answer is definitely not. We did not get her name yesterday in game time. Actually, it wasn't even in game time because never that happened. Yeah.
So,
in event time?
Miss Kelly Roy, are you from Fontaine?
I really don't like your name. It doesn't flow off the tongue.
That's right. I was traveling in the area and just happened to see there was a poetry event being held at Stone Gate. It looked fun, so I thought I'd drop in.
What's with the glowy eyes, though?
Your riddle yesterday made quite an impression on me. It was uniquely evocative. Have you studied Liyue poetry before?
And the weird thing is that no one mentions it. I know if you see something odd about someone's appearance, you're not supposed to mention it because, you know, that's polite. But when they have glowing fucking eyes, yeah, I think I'd mention it. Oh, hi, your eyes are really unique. Why do they glow?
I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there from chatting with people throughout my travels.
Amazing. So you're a natural poet.
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away. Are you drawing poetic inspiration from the flowing current beneath your feet?
I haven't finished my poem yet. The water here was just so peaceful and calming. I stopped for a moment and lost
You're just
myself
mocking
in
me, aren't
admiring
you?
it.
That Geoculus is just mocking me. Because how do you even get there? I don't have a geo-traveler just in my back pocket. That's a no from me.
Well, since we're all here, why not head back with us to the venue for tonight's festivities? It's getting late after all.
Are you sure?
We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to new inspiration.
Well, I'd personally like to hear Miss Callie-Roe's couplet. I'm sure I can learn something.
Is Kalaroe the spirit Tonghyunso?
Well, if you're all in agreement, I've got no reason not to join you.
Look, I am convinced that she's not the real... Hold on. The glowy eye people in Valerian Mirage, I'm thinking way too deeply about this. This is not what reality is going to be. But they were echoes of the people who had spent time at the Mirage, correct? So those with glowy blue eyes technically weren't real quotation marks. The water droplets made an embodiment of the people who visited. So would that not make her a water droplet embodiment of a person of the past? No? The group walk back to the venue, laughing and joking as they go. Good for you guys. Sounds like you had a good day. Wait, where's my team? Where's my team? Oh, we're busy
First team is back.
giving
right
off
on schedule.
leaf poems.
Huh? The others have yet to return?
We're... Look, it's a thing. Just accept it.
Come on, let's hurry.
Bye, Shao.
We're not too late, are we?
Just how far did you all go?
About that.
Everyone catch your breath. Come on, deep breaths. 1, 2. Now, don't panic. The party hasn't started yet. We made it! Oh, Paimon's exhausted.
You fly. What? It doesn't require any effort on your part. Since when do you get tired from flying?
Paimon gets tired if she has to fly too fast.
Why? You don't seem to have any physical manifestation of flying. You just think it and it happens. I don't really think it has any correlation with your physical fatigue.
Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping up.
You only did a handful.
Sounds
be so
like
dramatic?
someone needs to exercise more.
Right?
Huh? You guys picked up a new teammate while you were out?
Indeed. This is Kelly Roe. I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, but you're not the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Look who we got!
He's
Wait.
gone.
Xiao? Where'd he go?
You really expected him to stick around?
Xiao, come on out!
Right? Painful to listen to.
Now that we've all regrouped, let's... Scratch that. Looks like we're still waiting on my co-host.
And you only just noticed? Oof, sad.
They say roosters crow at first light, and finches go to bed at night. But Director Hootal's always on the ball. Anytime, anywhere, she'll answer your call.
Which is great, but you should have already been here if you were on time.
Are the theatrics really necessary? We're already on day 2 of the festival. The opening ceremony is over.
But my dear, dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake, but for a special guest who's joining us today.
Sonha? Someone related to birds?
Director Who's manner is as exuberant as ever. It always makes quite an impression.
It's been too long since we've seen you, Youngie. I really need you to come with me to Fontaine because you, Ratsley, and Novelet, and maybe even Clender, is just gonna be phenomenal together. In fact, Clender isn't even, like, needed. It's just the 3 of you and you can be the liquid drinking buddies. That sounds terrible, but yeah, they all have a fascination with their own drinks.
Oh boy! boy! Now this
Oh.
is a surprise.
Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot Venti was there for 2 seconds. Oh.
Mr. Zhongli, I hope you are well.
Xingqiu, what can you tell me about Mr. Zhongli? He seems like somebody very important.
Just an ex-Archon. Nothing important.
Yes, he's held in very high regard in Liyue Harbor. He's extremely erudite in many different domains of knowledge.
And quite frankly, should have been invited to this poetry extravaganza from the get-go.
Allow me to introduce you all to Zhongli, a consultant at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
I still don't know what he does as a consultant. No, the game has never told me what he actually does as a job.
His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores, spanning modern and ancient culture, delving into literature both prosaic and poetic. He may be my subordinate, but he is certainly a qualified poetry expert, and so we have invited him here tonight to judge the compositions.
The director exaggerates. I am but vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry. Should you consider me to be remiss in my appraisal of your own compositions, please correct me.
Yeah, enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know better, I'd say you seemed nervous. Just focus on judging.
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the occasion, Director.
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great! Equal numbers on both sides.
Wait, are we only doing 2 poems? I thought we were just taking inspiration in 2 groups. We're all writing poems separately.
Huh? Are you counting me too?
Join us, it'll be fun.
Okay, fine. I consider this a favor.
Didn't have to twist her arm at all.
With our Fontaine friend present, perhaps we should rename this event to the Three Nations Congenial Poetry Gala. Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at most. That kind of puts Team Traveler at a bit of a disadvantage.
This is extra funny because she's not talking about her height or stature, because poetry is of the mind, so she's referring to her mind being only half as worth the others.
Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director
please don't.
Hutel, here to help out in your hour of greatest need. What does everyone think?
I don't need your input.
Naturally, the more the merrier. Being the host of the festival shouldn't stop you from having the chance to enjoy it like the rest of us.
Then it's settled. Everyone else in the audience, feel free to join in too and support your favorite team.
I think that's very self-serving of you, Hutel.
What about me? Shall I keep track of the score?
No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended to be competitive. But what do you think, Judge Zhongli?
It's not supposed to be competitive, yet you have a judge. Kind of don't really go together, though.
I concur, Director. Moreover, it would be disingenuous to impose upon our friends from Mondstadt and Fontaine a competition in which they are judged on how rigorously they can adhere to Liyue poetic conventions.
A very fair assessment.
Since this is a congenial poetry gala, should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly conversation? The aim being for all participants to enjoy themselves.
That's a relief. I was so nervous about this, but it sounds like it's gonna be pretty relaxed.
Couldn't have asked for a better judge. Zhongli said everything I was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So, without further ado, I shall pass the baton to Venti.
No problem. Friends old and new, put on your thinking caps and take a deep breath of fresh air. The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
Perhaps I could break the ice with a humble contribution to inspire others to share their brilliance. Please listen to the first line in the couplet. Lounging in luxury inside a Shinue kiosk booth, delighting in countless contemporary tastes.
What? He managed to think of one already? Oh, he seems like a real expert at this.
You've had literally an entire day.
Shinue Kiosk. Should that be paired with Lily Pavilion? Or are they too similar for a couplet? Oh, this is pretty difficult.
Shinue Kiosk. Contemporary tastes? I guess I should pair the modernity of their VIP dining experience with an emblem of the past. Ah! Maybe where I was training that one time. That was quite ancient. The weather was terrible that day. Okay, I got something. Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass pavilion, as lightning sets the boundless tenebrous skies ablaze.
Wow! Changyun completed the couplet!
Xinyue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianheng is a prominent historical landmark. These two iconic locations form a complementary pair. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. One half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene, the other portraying a hazardous outdoor scenario where there is no protection from the elements.
Huh? I was just describing what I experienced that day. I guess I just got lucky.
Indeed you did.
All right then. I guess I'll start the next couplet. Mind pines for Mingyun. Flesh confined to Qingse. Spirit striding high on Zheyun's clouds.
Oh, Changyun, you dark horse. Looks like you came to play today.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose life is limited to a small town, but who awaits the opportunity to one day ascend above the clouds. The use of various locations for their symbolism is quite novel indeed.
This needs a Mondstadium response.
Oh!
Yep, there we go.
Soul shines like jadestone, dressed in finest silkware. Lucent heart still beats within me now.
That third part doesn't make much sense in the sense of the couplet.
Wow, how did Noelle do that?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart. The symbolism in this case is centered around objects, truly the work of a skilled poet.
That was a commendable couplet.
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk. I'd like to start the next couplet. Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird egg soup.
Lotus seed and bird egg soup? What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the couplet? No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. I need more time just to understand them. But when I heard lotus seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry and mint burst. Maybe because I mixed a similar drink recently.
Got
North
it.
beyond the Starfell Lake, south across the windswept plains, just for berry squeezed and mint infused.
What the actual fuck? Why does she speak? Why? She only ever speaks in like cutscenes and bits where it's like super relevant. To just speak completely and utterly out of the blue here without just like pressing a button that says all that text is so out of character. If you can do it once, why can't you do this across the entire game?
No wonder everyone praises the traveler so highly. You answered so quickly.
Both halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there. The two of you are clearly both seasoned travelers.
Does this mean I helped? Meowsa?
You saved the day.
Hey now, Zhongli. Don't just praise everything you hear. You should question and press them a bit.
But he's
Don't
doing
worry
great.
about upsetting anyone. After all, I'm here to take the heat.
He's doing great. Don't diss him.
And allow me to try another. Qingxin has no heart. Still, it soothes the human heart.
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingxin? This is a hard one to match.
Not necessarily. It could be the flower itself. The flower soothes someone's heart emotionally because flowers are pretty. The Shin part of Qingxin means heart, but the flower itself has no heart. I got it right again.
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
Ah, I like that one actually.
Sweet dream. Does that really match?
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the director's wishes and ask you, what is the link between Sweet Dream and Qingxin?
Sweet dream is a type of dessert.
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make you sleep well, right? You're amazing!
Actually, we sleep peacefully at night because Shower's there to protect everyone. Aww. Oh, I think we embarrassed him.
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match. This point is well deserved.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free.
You got a problem with that, Hukal?
But if you ask me, everyone's being a little too conventional so far. Let's push the envelope a little. Go
But
nuts!
it's been great so far. If it ain't broke, why fix it?
Oh? In that case, why don't you finish this one for me, Hu Tao? Round moon in the heavens, full moon at night. Celebrate with circle of friends.
Oh, square meals in the basement. Big bowls of rice. Decorate with cuboids of meat.
Huh? What the?
Ah, we have ourselves a pedant's couplet. The two halves have no thematic connection. Yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a cohesive whole. The strict pairings make this no easier to achieve than a thematically coherent couplet.
I actually disagree. This is a much easier to attain because all you're doing are making direct substitutes for what's already been said.
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just tell me if I got a point or not.
Of course you did. I presumed it went without saying.
Through Cheongji, I walked 100 miles. At Guili, I ended my march. In Dihua, the silver grass grows in 2 styles, but horsetails don't trot out the marsh.
Is he feeling very combative right now?
From vendors, I bought some 15 steaks. At dinner, I sizzled the lot. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks, but 15 won't fit in the pot.
I didn't get the relevance.
Huh?
So that's a
don't-
pedant's couplet.
Get that one.
I think she can do that too.
I don't know, that one seemed weird. I understood the first one. I didn't understand the second
I
one.
thought of one. Wolf hooks can't hook Bear and Bunny.
What?
Aw,
What?
that's a cute couplet.
Sweet flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
Yeah.
Now, that's the passion we like to see. Although, unfortunately, your response was technically 1 word too long.
In that case, Whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, this monster's got talents.
But you don't know what a jumpy dumpty is.
I'm so relieved I at least managed to get one.
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove. Reading through the heart of Clear Springs.
Wow, Noelle came up with another one. Come on, match the couplet. Paimon knows you can do it.
Why don't you try it, Paimon?
Do you really think Paimon has what it takes?
Not even remotely. Time to get pedantic. Match each word one by one and you'll be fine.
Fine, Paimon will give it a whirl.
If I treat you like a child, maybe you'll get it right.
Nestling by a roaring fire. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe, beating up the eye of the storm.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fair. Fair.
What? Really?
I mean, it matched.
Yes, very good. The image of challenging powerful foes in the harshest of conditions seemed to manifest before my eyes, and it was perfectly juxtaposed against the atmosphere of leisurely reading with a cup of freshly brewed tea.
Really? Maybe Paimon has a knack for this after all.
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
In high spirits, the laughter and couplets continue late into the night. As the host declares the day's events over, the crowd reluctantly disperses.
Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end.
Only's
You
gone.
did hear them all, right?
And Callie Rowe... Callie... Rowie? Callie Rowe? I don't know. Anyway, she's looking a bit interesting.
I really enjoyed myself too.
She's
I never
contemplative
knew
off to
Leroy's
the
couplet
side.
Poetry was so much fun.
You were amazing today, Noelle. You did so many couplets. Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of Clear Springs. Paimon never could have thought of that.
Kelly Rowe. Kelly Rowe?
Miss Kelly Roy, are you okay?
Rowe.
You
Whatever.
look like you're getting tired.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Although, I do have a question I'd like to ask. Have all of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
I don't think so.
I haven't actually read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy and a young boy.
Ah. Is this where we hit the nail on the head?
Oh, yes. The story of a spring fairy who left her homeland and met a boy under the moonlight in a faraway land. The boy poured out his heart to her, and she listened to his stories. Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. But the spring fairy didn't understand human love and was afraid that making a promise to him would ultimately end in tragedy. And so,
So has the spring fairy learnt love at last and therefore learned regret?
I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her.
She's old enough and mature enough to understand.
In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from again.
Oh, yes, that's it.
Who's the boy?
Many years
Is he
went
dead?
by, and the boy became an old man.
Ah, there you
But
go.
he never stopped believing that the fairy was real and not just a dream.
Sounds like a tragic tale.
So, what do you guys think of the spring fairy in the story?
Not pitiful is not the right word, and sad also isn't the right word. Unfortunate also isn't the right word, but yeah, you see where I'm trying to go with this?
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she left. It's a shame that the misunderstanding never got cleared up.
Actually, that's a good point. If she never communicated with the boy, that's kind of on her.
Well, do you think she should go back and see that boy again if she ever had another chance?
So he's still alive. Absolutely. He's probably going to die the minute you finish speaking because his life is fulfilled, but yes.
Now? But isn't he an old man by the end of the story?
Yeah, well, gives him a bit of peace of mind.
Isn't it a bit late? What if it just led to more regrets?
A valid concern, but I do think if he's an old man, this is probably the one thing that's... He's regretted about the past already.
Sorry. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
If Paimon was that boy... Actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the spring fairy again, no matter how old Paimon got. After all, she's the love of his life, right?
I see.
Oh? Looks like the party's still going strong
Right?
over here.
These people do not want to go
Coming up with
home.
more couplets? Need my help?
No, we're talking about Kelly Roy's past romance.
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard. If you get involved, you'll only match every couplet yourself and not leave any for the rest of us.
I never knew you had such a high opinion of my abilities, Paimon.
She doesn't.
But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow's theme is freestyle poetry.
Do we have to share our own poems with everyone?
That's right. If you're not feeling confident, don't worry. It's never too late to register for Venti's Poetry Cram class.
I'll sign up.
Oh, me too.
Do you guys want to sleep?
Hold on there, Buster. Before you start peddling your classes, just how much freedom is there with this freestyle poetry exactly? Aren't there any requirements at all?
Are we just getting distracted from the point at hand?
It's as free as the winds that blow. And there's nothing freer. There are no limits to genre, form, content, or anything else. So long as it comes from the heart, you're welcome to put it into poetry. Give it a try. There's no better chance to express your innermost thoughts.
Whoa, that's almost too much freedom. Paimon can't decide which way to go. Our travels, or maybe all the food that the travelers cooked for Paimon.
That is one of the pitfalls of freestyle poetry. On the surface, it seems fantastic because you can do literally anything. But the downside is that because you can do literally anything, it can be hard to narrow down the scope, which seems very broad. It can be difficult to choose a direction, to choose a rhyming style, if you choose any at all, choose a pairing style. It becomes a lot harder to someone who's not familiar with multiple forms of poetry.
Will you come too, Kelly Roy? Paimon wants to see what you write.
Oh, yes. I'll be there.
Ugh, my nose is starting to itch again. All right, I shall leave you to privately ponder your poems and bid you all good night. See you tomorrow.
His nose is starting to itch. Is he allergic to cats? What is he allergic to? What? Am I forgetting something about Venti's personality? I don't even have Venti, so I can't look at his voice lines. Just practice as well. I don't want to do his voice lines. Damn, that took a very long time. I won't actually be finishing this today. I think I'll have to finish it another day. Because that... Jeez, far longer than I was expecting. Anyway, just for argument's sake, this doesn't tell people's age, does it? Because then I would never have to keep asking about people's ages. Where is the owner? Nope. Yeah, it doesn't say. A young lady. It's not very helpful. And that's a girl.
My ears and tail are no prop, they're real. Proof of my cat's line bloodline. It's only weird to you, cause here you go. Fried fish with...
No, okay. I don't know how old she is. I do not think that I have magically received enough primer gems. Yeah, that's what I thought. Disappointment be mine.